Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new Ironman League Racing video, and this could actually be the title decider. As you can see, there's 2 rounds to go. Las Vegas and then the last one we don't know of course yet, and we're 50 points ahead of the Haas esports team, and I'm 13 points ahead in the Drivers' Championship ahead of our teammate Danny Bresnay. And today we're just aiming to win the Constructors title, and then next week we can figure out who's gonna win the Drivers title. But into the race we're gonna go then. It's gonna be 5 red lights, and away we go for the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Our teammate Danny Bresnay on the inside on the medium tires. We have gone for the softs, as rain is to be expected soon, as the Ferrari there sends it down the inside. I decided to give a bit of space there. Vegas, of course, 3 tracks, so very easy to end up in the wall in lap 1, as we are doing a last to first challenge as per usual in this league, 100% race, so enough time to make up all those positions as we send it down the inside of a few cars there, get good traction on those soft compound of tires, and we still got these from Pookie next to us as the Ferrari is spun around. And there is someone with front wing damage there. I'm not sure.
Someone lost his front wing there.
Who it was. Otis is going a little bit slowly there, but it's still hard to see at the moment, as that was all low speed corner. So could be Otis who has front wing damage, or could be someone else. Sorry if I still sound a little bit poor. I'm still sick as we send it down the inside of Otis. And you could see there for a brief moment on the left hand side of his front wing there is a piece missing. So it was Otis who had front wing damage, and now we need to focus on getting Istvan Pukki ahead of us, as Otis actually makes his way past us again with insane straight line speed. Could be down to that front wing damage, of course, as well, as it's getting a little bit busy up front there. So we need to try and find a little switchback, as a little collision up front. So that's another 2 positions for us. Thank you very much, as someone is boxing for, I think, a new front wing. And Otis is braking early because he knows he has front wing damage. And that means we can easily send it around the outside in turn 1, which turns to the inside, which is another relatively high speed corner. And you can see how much time he lost there with that front wing damage. Now,
Otis has wing damage.
Again, Istvan in front of us. He is on the softs.
Oh, someone's gone straight.
On the medium is behind us, as someone has gone straight on in turn 3. And now we've got the Williams on the softs ahead of us as well. Now a lot of these guys, relatively to the average F1 player, are really fast, but of course not F1 esports level, so that is why we start last every race as well. Of course there are a lot of F1 esports drivers in here, like Istvan Pukki, Danny Bresnay, Otis Lawrence in the future probably, Ben Zabukonyi, Ula Zozilderim drives in here as well sometimes. So yeah, a lot of F1 drivers.
Insane wings on.
Every single week, but they just
oh my god,
in and out a lot.
I'm not even pushing.
As at Williams, yeah, looked like it was standing still. I think that Williams has opted for a wet setup because there is rain coming in a few laps. The question always is when it is coming. As we skip on to lap 3, behind Norby Zabukonyi in the Aston Martin, and let's see if we can get past him on the strip. DRS enabled this lap, of course. Purple first sector for us, and we're gonna get some juicy slipstream at DRS down this strip straight. However, Norby has it as well. We're gonna turn on the overtake button to make our life a little bit easier. Turn on the DRS, maybe we can get Benz into the final corner as well. You can see huge slipstream, of course, but we're almost topping out at 360 kph, almost in the limiter. So we could have used more DRS, but we're just not gonna gain any speed anymore, not a lot of lap time. So that's why I turned it off. Purple. Let's see if we can get the fastest lap here as well in lap 3. Istvan is pushing as well, so it's hard to say. But we do go fastest, and now we need to try and find our way past Ben Silas in the Red Bull. Istvan He's had a better few opening laps than us, to be honest, as he's almost made his way past Salt and Boda. And
watch the conditions. We think there's rain coming pretty soon. Be careful. Okay, dry seem like the best tyre for now.
so yeah, as you can hear our in-game engineer say, rain is coming as Ben's Elias is going a little bit wide. That's why I'm going to go for a move here with a better exit. However, this is not an easy corner to overtake. Ben's brakes much later, and we have to back out of that one as it's getting a bit clustered up here anyway. As Timbo and Ben's both hit each other. I think Timbo didn't see Ben's on the outside there as he was focused on battling the cars ahead. And now let's see if we can get perhaps both of them on the strip with a good exit out of this final corner. We're right on the gearbox of Ben's, and this is going to give us a good opportunity to go for the move into the final corner. We don't have slipstream at the moment, but we still managed to get past with the help of the overtake button. Probably not going to get past Timbo because again we're almost hitting the limiter at the end of the straight. So yeah, not much we can do there, but through the final corner we go. Better exit as Timbo enables the overtake button. He pulls away slightly, but we do have some slipstream, and perhaps we can go for a move into turn 1. You can see we went 1.5 seconds slower than on the previous lap, and that's just because we have been in traffic this whole lap, trying to get past several cars. As Otis and Danny still right behind us. I do hope it's going to rain soon, because otherwise they are going to get past us, as those mediums are only going to get faster and faster. Softest compounds available on this track, the C5, 4 and 3. As Timbo again defends really well into turn 3. We are going to go for the same move again, perhaps, as we tried last time. Can't quite make our way down the inside, so I decided to go for the outside, which turned to the inside, but back to the outside for this one. And it looks like we have to concede once again. Not easy to get past Timbo at the moment. And we're going to have to once again try it down the strip with perhaps lower wings. As it's actually started to rain now, as you can see on the halo. Some droplets coming, streaming down the halo. And that means it might be time for some intermediates. Once again, enabling the overtake button, and perhaps we can get Zolt and Boda into the final corner as well with the help of some slipstream. And
Our box is lap straight away, Danny.
Again,
You?
almost hitting the limiter, as you can hear me say that to Danny, that I am boxing this lap for a new set of intermediates. Might be a little bit early, but yeah, if it does start pouring down, then one of us has to box anyway. Or one of us has to box anyway in this lap, because staying out on the lap, we were going to have to double stack. And others are coming in as well. What I was going to say, if it does come down, raining really hard, then we're going to lose a lot of time on those slicks. And that's why we went for the intermediates early on. As I felt like it was the right decision. Felt like we were going to gain a lot of lap time here on this out lap. But first we have to get past B, Danny and Gap ahead of us, who are on the same tires, as we're trying to get the power down on those intermediates. Through the long right-hander we go. And we still have DRS actually. I'm not going to go straight away for a move, as I felt like I wasn't close enough. It is a long straight, but it isn't relative to the main straight. Or I should say, it's not even a main straight, it's the strip straight, where it's much easier to get past someone with the help of slipstream. So I just decided to sit back and try to catch both cars ahead of me on pure driving, and then we can get an easy move down the strip with the help of slipstream and some ERS. Bidani goes a little bit wide, had to back off there as DRS is disabled on a very unfortunate moment, as Gap goes wide almost into the wall. So does Bidani with a little bit wide there, trying to make the apex. And now we're gonna turn on the overtake button, tuck in the slipstream, and try to get completely past Gap before we go into the braking zone. We're not even halfway down the straight. But yeah, I just kept the overtake button on to make sure we were going to be completely clear into the braking zone. And I even checked if no one was missing his braking point behind me, because there is runoff there, but once you go for the apex, then you have to go for it, otherwise you're gonna go into the wall. So our teammate boxing now together with Istvan Puki, who was a few seconds ahead of us anyway. But as you can see there,
How on earth did you get ahead of me? It's soaking wet.
The first sector was still okay, and then the rest of the track has no corners.
so yeah, I was really confused how Daddy overcut us there. Yeah, nothing we can do. We just have to keep going. Of course, a bit of a disadvantage considering we boxed the lap earlier, got tire wear, and then we even lost time. So that's a double loss. But virtual safety car has been deployed here in lap 12, and that has changed to a full safety car now. And yeah, we're gonna be looking to box again for a new set of tires as rain.
I went for wet.
Okay.
As rain is not going to be here all race, it is going to dry up later on, so we can just use as many intermediates as we
It
want.
worked for you in Bahrain. Similar track. Bence Sabokoni is on wets as well.
Okay.
So yeah, we've gone for new winters. Danny has gone for new wets, and Ben
I
Sabokoni
nearly
in
went on
P1
hats because I changed it just before we pitted, and I went to the wrong direction.
on the wets as well. And then there are a few cars behind me, Shanika Clay and Otis Lawrence on the full wets as well. So yeah, might be a tough restart for us here, not gonna lie. But Istvan on
My game stopped. My game stopped.
the same strategy as us, as Danny has disconnected.
Fantastic.
I mean, it crashed.
Yeah, AA and the bug report. Mate, I cannot comprehend these PCs, I'm sorry.
Do I have to invite, or can you just join back?
I can just join back. But like this, the strategy
You
won't
actually,
work unless...
you actually managed to overtake Istvan.
Okay.
Don't overtake Istvan, please. Oh! Your car just overtook. Your car just...
No way, man.
Your car... You're in the lead!
Okay.
Oh. You cannot get the place back as well, because then we'll get illegal overtake.
Cannot be
No,
real,
It
man.
is, it is, it is, it is.
No, it didn't write to me.
It is coming in.
Okay, okay, okay.
So yeah, lap 15 now, safety car is coming in. Somehow Ben Zabokoni managed to get past the AI of our teammate Danny Resnay again. And Danny managed to actually rejoin before the safety car restart. So Danny actually gained the position out of all of this, out of disconnecting. Which is crazy to think. But we have to focus on Istvan, who's on the same strategy as us. We're most likely not going to keep up with Danny and Ben Zabokoni in P1. As it is clearly full wet conditions at the moment, but we are fighting for a podium spot here at the moment, and it is eventually going to dry up, so we just have to stay out until it dries up as we go around the outside of Istvan and Shanika Clay.
Oh my god, Otis and Istvan just absolutely shunted into each other.
As you can see there, Istvan and Otis colliding in turn 3, and we have somehow managed to stay ahead of Shanika, who's on the full wets. However, that is not gonna last long, because those full wets are just much faster at the moment. And even if I would defend really hard, Shanika would get past us anyway, because he has so much more grip at the moment, and we would just lose a lot more time. So focusing on my own race here at the moment, and hoping that it's gonna dry up soon, so we can take advantage of these intermediates relative to the wet runners around us. William is behind us on the full wets as well. That's actually the Williams that was on the wet setup, so I'm expecting him to be really fast in these conditions. And yeah, we are actually quite a lot lower on the wings than Shanika ahead of us as well, I think. So you see we're gaining quite a bit. And yeah, that's good news for when we move back to slicks. Shanika has actually gone a little bit wide.
Shanika not having fun.
And yeah, we're gaining a little bit of time there. Our teammate Danny Resnay 3 seconds ahead of us. So he's gaining around 2 to 2.5 seconds on the safety car restart lap on those full wets. But our intermediates are starting to warm up as well, of course, and starting to get into the right window. And as you can see, a few laps later, 4.3 seconds is the gap to Ortine Danny Bresnay, 1.5 to Shanaka Clay, and Otis back up to P6 as well. So yeah, still struggling a little bit with traction, but we're not losing really any time anymore, as there is another safety car. And yeah, that's actually quite good news for us, because we can stay out. We've done such little push laps on those inters that we could just stay out, and the rest of the grid who was going for wets has to box, because it is going to dry up, and by the time the safety car comes in, it's probably going to be intermediate conditions. So we will be on slightly older intermediates, but it's worth the track position gain, in my opinion, because we would have to double stack and probably lose positions to cars behind. So that's why I decided to stay out and yeah, try to just sit out those laps on 3-4 lap older intermediates. It's actually slightly more, but of course some of those laps were
Mate, I
under
got
safety
put on
car.
used intermediate tires.
And yeah, as you can hear Danny say, he got put on used intermediates, and yeah, that was a bit of a disaster. But if you think that was bad, you have no idea what's about to happen on this lap.
Wait. Oh! Whoa, that's late!
That's crazy. That's crazy, man.
How?
And the
Where?
safety car is out on the track.
Where is it going in?
Yeah. This is great. Oh, wait, what's going to happen?
I'm throttle limited. Safety car in this lap, but it's still out! I can't throttle!
No, I cannot throttle. They are overtaking me, man, left and right and center.
No, I can't do anything as well.
Oh my god. This is actually quite unbelievable.
I'm going
This
flat
game.
out! I wonder if it's coming in.
Yeah, it will come in this lap, probably.
Oh man, if the throttle limit goes off, I'm in the wall. I can't put throttle, man. This fucking throttle limiter is so horseshit.
So yeah, that was quite eventful safety car restart lap, because a lap later than it was supposed to come in,
More safety car reset. What?
it actually comes in, and then the game actually broke for me just before we crossed the line. I have no idea why,
No
because
grip. My tires are cold.
the safety car was already past the safety car line 1, I think it's called. So then he's relatively in the pit, so you could just pass him if you would want to. But yeah, I have no idea what was going on. We, for an entire lap, were on the throttle limiter that gets applied by the game, and we just all crawled around for a lap. People were actually able to overtake each other, but just not be able to go fast. Another reason why the throttle limiter behind the safety car should just be completely removed, because it is complete bullshit that this is actually a thing in F1 games. Maybe it should be bound to like traction control, but honestly, it's so crazy to me that the throttle limiter is still a thing in F1 games after such a long time, because it makes no sense to have them in there on a safety car restart. People should have just full control of their car. If they're not be able to, then they probably have traction control enabled anyway, and you should probably bound it to that. But back to the racing, I will never be able to not rant about throttle limiters on F1 games, because it just pisses me off so much. Same as marbles, I don't understand why it's in the game. Back to the racing, as I said 10 seconds ago already. Ben Sabo on those newer intermediates, making our life very tough, but we're not gonna let him go easy as we repass him before start finish. He goes back at us again into turn 1, we leave him the space, and it looks like he's slightly more traction. We get the inside for the next right-hander, but that means Benz is gonna get more momentum around the outside, and he gets past us into turn 3, and it looks like can't go for a move into turn 3. No, we can't really do anything. He seems to be on slightly higher downforce than us, so that's why he's be able to slightly go earlier on throttle, brake slightly later, plus the newer tires. Benz is just slightly faster in these conditions at the moment, but half lap later you can see it has completely stopped with raining. However, the track surface is still wet, and Benz has decided to come in
That will be
for
early, I think.
a set of slicks.
100% sure.
I decided to stay out one more lap and wait until the track has completely dried up before I go to slicks. We have not even reached the halfway point in this race actually.
Understood.
I hit the
Stopping
drop
lap.
this lap as well with the inters.
And yeah, as you can hear Danny say, he has hit a drop with the inters. Danny is going to have to do another lap on these intermediates, which is not ideal because it is
my God, man.
completely
Sorry.
dry.
I
so
nearly killed you.
Danny misses braking point a little bit into the final corner. But yeah, into the box we go for a new set of slicks, and let's see what the damage will be from
Ay, caramba.
damage or gain to Ben Sabelconi by staying out another lap. For most of the lap it was dry, so I expect
Okay.
Benz to have gained.
So I think even double stack could have been better. Oh my God, I see how much you got on undercut as well.
And yeah, Benz did gain a little bit to us. You can see he comes out just over a second behind us, and we still have to warm up our tires as well. So he has gained just over a second, but that also means
Mate,
he's
I
on
don't
a lap
see
all the
pit
tires.
limiter. I don't see any hat, although I solved it. This game is just so shit.
And yeah, our teammate Danny Bresnay did get a stopping hold penalty, and that's not ideal. He had some issues with the game after his game crashed. It was just a bit buggy for him. He didn't have his HUD. He couldn't see when the safety car was coming in. Couldn't see the pit limiter, or couldn't activate it. I'm not sure what was going on, but it was a bit of a mess, and that's why he has the 5-second speeding in the pit lane as well. Lap 28 now. You can see we are in the DRS of Ben Sabelconi, and this is going to be an easy pass on Benz, and Otis is joining us as well in that.
Whoa!
As he actually bumped after us a little bit on the straight, trying to help
I
us
did not
out.
get damage from that.
And yeah, for the coming laps, we're just going to be trading positions more or less every lap, because you can see the lap after we're going to get completely destroyed on the straight by both Otis and Benz. And yeah, the DRS is just so powerful around here. There is only 2 DRS zones, but the length of them is insane. Lap 30, same scenario again. We're just going to be passing Otis, and now Otis is dropping to P3. We're actually almost hitting the limiter there. Otis definitely seems to have the most straight line speed out of all of us. And now on lap 31, we're going to be passing Benz again, but we're going to try and break out of DRS. We had a full battery, and I feel like perhaps there's a slight chance we can pull out of the 1 second window to Otis now in P2. We're 4 tenths behind, so that means we're going to have to gain 6 tenths until the next DRS zone, where Otis is most likely going to gain 3 tenths back again. So yeah, not an easy task, because we basically have to gain a second purely on driving in this lap. We set, I actually thought we set the fast lap of the race, but we didn't. Our teammate Danny Bresnay has the fastest lap. 7.5 tenths is the gap now to Otis, and this is where the next DRS zone is. So he's gonna gain back 3 or 4 tenths, and then we have to gain again 6 tenths before the next DRS zone. So it seems a little bit impossible, but I wanted to try it anyway, because I didn't just want to sit back and drive in a DRS train for 28 laps from here on. But we made a little mistake there, and yeah, that might have actually cost us the chance to pull out of the DRS there. 6 tenths is the gap now, and the DRS detection is only 2 corners away, so actually only 1 real corner. And yeah, that's why I've stopped using, because Seems like her opportunity is gone now. But that is why we are gonna be making another pit stop at the end of lap 40. We recharge our battery.
Let's have some fun.
And we're gonna be boxing for a new set of softs with 10 laps to go. So in 10 laps we're gonna have to make up that.
I don't want to spend another 10 laps in a DRS.
I can't even be with you because I got used tires and I had the 5-second penalty. My tires are already over 20%, I got them 17.
So in 10 laps we're gonna have to make up an entire pit stop distance. Danny is in P7 at the moment. His race is screwed because the game kept giving him used tires, so yeah, his race was basically over at this point. But
16.5 seconds I need to gain.
Yeah,
1.6 per lap.
in race, me said the exact same thing. 16.5 seconds in 10 laps is what we have to gain. As we said, the fastest lap of the race with a 1:32.8. And you can see 2 laps ago the gap was 16.5 seconds. Now the gap is 11 seconds.
But he just kept coming back in the DRS.
So
The gap to the car in front is 6.3 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps old. Time last lap was a 1:35.7.
So yeah, 11 seconds the gap. In 2 laps it went from 16.5 to 11 seconds, which means a 5.5 second gain in 2 laps time. And I think that shows that we've got great pace at the moment on this new set of softs. We're gonna get DRS from Istvan Pukki ahead of us. There is 6 laps to go, and the gap now is 5.8 seconds to Ben Sabo Konyi. 4 laps, we've gained 11 seconds in 4 laps time. That's almost 3 seconds per lap for 4 laps straight. As by now we get past Istvan Pukki. That cost us a little bit of time, of course, but we also gain a little bit with a DRS, so it has probably equaled out. And now we hunt down the top 2. 5 seconds to go. We've already gained like 1.5 seconds just on this lap alone. And at the end of this one, it's 5 laps to go.
No way.
And yeah, that is very, very frustrating because we were on course to easily win this race.
That's crazy, man.
And now we're gonna have to box for a new set of softs again. And everything has been neutralized, which means we are in a net P3 with no tire advantage. And no ERS advantage, nothing. We're just gonna have to overtake the 2 cars ahead of us without any DRS on equal tires. There's no time to create an offset as well, like save tires and then later overtake them or save some ERS, because it's just gonna be 2 qualifying laps. And it is going to be near impossible to still win this race. No DRS as well, of course, for the rest of this race, which makes life very, very hard. But we're going to try it nonetheless. We have to bring the car home, though, as we are on course to win the championship. If we finish ahead of Ben Saba, I think even if we stay like this, we might win the championship, because Shanaka Clay has retired from this race after a crash. So, yeah, we have to bring the car home and think about the championship a little bit as well. But if we can go for a safe win, we will do it. Maybe take a little bit of risk, because I want to win the race anyway. But we need to use our brain for sure. No really overtaking opportunities here on the safety car restart opening sector. No one behind me seems to really have made any positions. There might be some moves down the strip, but remember, Otis is on really low wings and he's going to be really fast down at the main straight. Benz is on the highest wings out of the top 3 of us. We have gone for something like more in between, it seems.
Is that DRS? No, right?
And yeah, as you can hear me ask the question, is that DRS? No, obviously there's not, you donkey. I don't know why.
Definitely won't have.
I don't know why I always ask this question, because I've been racing in F1 esports for so long. I know this, but I always still ask the question. Maybe one day it activates by some bug. But purple middle sector there for us. Now 1 lap to go. Yeah, there's not much you can do if you're in P3, because you just have to kind of wait until P2 goes for a move, and then you can perhaps pounce while they're battling. But yeah, the car ahead of you has the same amount of slipstream as you, more or less, on the F1 games. It's not like there's a bigger hole for you getting punched like in real life. It's just, yeah, the same for you as for P2. So we just have to hope that Benz goes for a move somewhere in this middle sector, or maybe on the strip. But Benz is on relatively high wings, no DRS, and it's not really easy for him to pass Otis on the strip. So Otis has the fast lap as well at the moment. We're going to try and obviously take that away. We are sitting on a lot of ERS, and the reason why I'm just waiting to pounce, I'm just waiting for something to happen in front of me. I'm making sure I'm going to be close to Ben Zabakoni. I want to be right on his gearbox in the slipstream as we head onto the strip, and that way we can pressurize him maybe a little bit into doing something, or yeah, go for a Charles Leclerc dive bomb into the final corner. I'm not sure,
I think so.
But we at least have put us in the contention. They're actually flashing ahead of us, which means they're under 10% DRS, but there's not much we can do, because even if we do activate the overtake button, we're pretty much in the limiter and not really gaining any more top speed. Now, we're gonna get Ben Sabo on the exit here with the help of ERS, but the question is, can we get Otis in the run up to the line? We can't,
man, there's nothing you can do in 2 laps. They just spam ERS to stay ahead. And
yeah, not much more in it there. We did have 30% left of ERS in the battery, but we probably could have used a maximum of 10% more before we would have hit the lap limit of ERS usage. There's a maximum you can use in a lap, and yeah, once you go over that, all ERS cuts out. And I want to make sure we were going to get ahead of Benz on the run up to the line, as he was the one that we were fighting the championship with, the Constructors' Championship at least. And yeah, we've won the Constructors. We have not won the Drivers' Championship yet. But we have won the Constructors, which kind of is the aim of this championship. It is a Constructors Championship. But hope you guys enjoyed another IronMan League race video. Sorry that we didn't win. Very unfortunate safety car, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get the advantage of the safety car, sometimes you get a disadvantage. And this time we got the disadvantage of the safety car timing. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Ciao.
Yeah.